We're also used to these super informative videos about credit cards and personal finance in general, but that had me thinking, how often do we really get to know the creators that we're watching? That question prompted me to start this series on my channel where I will be interviewing some of the most influential creators in our credit card and personal finance niche. That way, not only you get to learn a lot about them in the credit card space, but you also get to know them as a person and just learn more about them in general. And before we dive into the interview, if these videos are something that you'd like to see more of over time, please go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, just so I know that this is something you want to see, because I'd honestly love to continue to do more and more of these as time goes on, especially as I get to talk to more and more creators that are in the same space as myself. I know collaborations are not something that happen very frequently in this niche of YouTube, but through this series, I'm hoping to change that and bring this community together even more than before. So to kick off the series with me here today, I have Chase Yokoyama, who y'all probably know very well by now, but without further ado, Chase, welcome to the interview, whatever you want to call this.
How's it going, everyone? Thank you so much, Spencer. I'm Chase Yokoyama, like you said, self-proclaimed YouTuber, and as of today, I am a superstar interviewee. So thank you so much for having me on, Spencer. This is gonna be fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to have you on, man. All right, so to start it off today, I think it'd be good just to let everybody kind of know how you got started on YouTube, for myself as well, because I know that's not always something we talk about on our channels. So question one, how did your YouTube journey begin?
Oh, God. So this was quite a wild ride. It all started when I still play video games, but back in like high school, I used to play so much Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 and all of that. So I was super into like Machinima, FaZe Clan. I made YouTube videos about that. I was trying to become a gaming YouTuber, doing those no scopes 360s, trick shots, whatever. So I started that way back then. I wanted to be a gaming YouTuber. No one watched my stuff. I don't know why, but no one watched my stuff. I stopped making YouTube videos like that. And then it actually happened like 2 or 3 times. I created a new channel and I tried the Battlefield this time, or it was Call of Duty again. And then another time I tried being like a vlog channel, like a challenge channel. And another time I was trying to be like this hype beast, sneaker supreme review channel unboxing, and that didn't work. So it wasn't until like the late 2020, I actually tried becoming like a Twitch streamer, YouTuber, gamer person again. And of course, like the 15 other times that I tried, it failed. And I just didn't have fun doing that because it was so different trying to play video games for content and be entertaining as opposed to just having fun and playing video games. So it wasn't fun. So I took a step back and I had to think about like, okay, what do I do for fun then? If it's not video games, my whole life is a lie. I thought I liked playing video games for fun. But it turns out, I've been into stocks and credit cards for a little bit. And I said, okay, well, maybe let me go ahead and try and make a video on credit cards or stocks. So I put up my first video, got 10 views, which is pretty impressive, or something crazy like that. And I was like, okay, that's whatever. Then I did another one and another one and another one. And sure, it was like slowly, steadily, getting more views and whatever. But what I realized was that I was actually having fun this time around because, on my free time, I'm already looking up these credit cards. I'm already watching these different YouTube videos about credit cards or like about the stock market and all of that. So all I have to do is put the camera in front of me, talk about what I just looked at or learned, and that's a YouTube video. And other people seem to like that over my gaming videos, which is rude. But from there, just slowly snowballed where I'll just continue to talk about this kind of stuff. I'd continue to research this kind of stuff on my free time because I live and breathe it. I love it. And it just happened to work out. Like I actually enjoy making videos now. And thankfully, people somehow enjoy watching them and, gives me a job. So
Yeah,
thank you guys for being interested in credit cards. And
exactly.
it was quite a windy road. And, even just when I started the credit card YouTube channel, there's definitely the ups and downs, but I did not know for sure that this was going to be the niche that I would end up in. And that was not the original plan whatsoever.
Yeah, it's weird how that works out too, because for me, I actually did used to do some of the same stuff. I don't know if we've
Yeah,
ever talked
see.
about it, but yeah, I think a lot of creators that I've talked to started a long time ago just making videos when they were like kids or just like younger, and
Yeah.
Like I used to make like Skyrim videos on my iPad and stuff.
Oh,
I'd like
see,
film my
like game.
TV. Yeah, and Call of Duty 2, I tried to stream Apex for a while. Like I
Oh God, screw that game.
there's some quality that I feel like a lot of us have though. To be on camera or just like even have your voice out there, I think it's not super easy. And I know there's a lot of people out there that, also live and breathe this but don't want to be in front of a camera, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
also great.
To touch up on that too, I mean, I speak for myself only, but I am so shocked and blown away and proud of my audience, or whoever watches my videos and comments on my mistakes, or things that I don't mention, or correct me, because I'm telling you, like you just said, there's a lot of people out there who know this stuff, the ins and outs, like obviously know more than me, but they don't make videos about it, but they come and watch, they comment, interact with people, and I am grateful for them. Sometimes it hurts my ego a little bit when they say, no, this was wrong what you said. And it's just like, yeah, you're right, I screwed up. So yeah, it is like a fun place to be when you're in front of the camera, while at the same time interacting with other people who are passionate about what you're talking about, making content about.
Yeah, that's the best thing about it too, in my opinion, is we're just around a ton of like-minded people.
Oh yeah.
Some people that, like they even know a lot more than we do, which is great. I mean, it only makes the community better. And I think that's why, while it, like, Credit Card as a niche is still like a smaller niche in the grand scheme of YouTube, like there are some really dedicated people that are always showing up to each of our videos. Like every time I comment on one of your videos, I see the same people. So it's really cool. I love the community we have here.
No, exactly. Sorry, I hate to keep jumping ahead, but
No, you can.
That was also part of the reason why this, like the whole sticking with the credit cards, or the credit card YouTuber thing, was going to work for me, was because in real life, IRL, I don't have all these friends who are super into credit cards, or people to talk to back and forth. Like if anything, I'm the one teaching them this kind of stuff. Like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be paying off your credit card bill in full, and on time every month. To them, it's like, what? It's like that kind of people. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just that it's nice to be able to interact with people, viewers, other creators like you, Spencer, about this kind of stuff. Just really go back and forth and talk about it, because I was trying to look for, I guess, my people, my clan, the herd, right, to share like-minded conversations about stuff that you're passionate about. And the credit card community, this whole community has been so welcoming, loving, both viewers and creators. So that's another reason why it's like, this is a great place to be, great niche to be. Makes it so much fun making videos like this,
Yeah, I agree. It's there's a lot of good and bad about social media in general, I feel like, but at the same time, like I feel like this is almost what it was intended for, is to help find people that have similar hobbies as you, similar passions and all of that. And that's what we found here in this space, which is pretty cool. One question I did have while you were talking about that. So when do you think you started like making videos in general, even the gaming stuff, like way back when?
Oh, like that. Oh, dude, I know on one of my channels, I'm pretty sure I had videos still up. Obviously I like, was it unlisted or privated them? So shame. But like, let's see, like definitely in the late 2000s, maybe early 2010-ish. I want to say that's when I first started. Because I mean, it also helped too, because like the friend group that I hang out with, again, in real life or like in high school, we used to skateboard a lot, and they used to like film and edit, do the cool montages with that. So I was kind of always surrounded around, I guess, content creation and like cameras and editing and all that, because other friends here are like freelancers, or like one of them's, or like a few of them are pretty popular and successful, like surf photography type of nature type of people. So I've been surrounded with those kind of people for, I guess, a while now, and that's what kind of got me interested into starting like creating content back then too.
Yeah,
because I was seeing them do it, right? Just that I chose like the gaming route, and like, I want to, because I was definitely like in middle school, early high school, or something like that.
I mean, like I said, I think people get started really, really early. But as you mentioned, I also, like whenever I was making videos when I was younger, I also had that friend group around me that had similar passions. Like I had a couple of close people that would also want to make videos and stuff. And I remember that back in like elementary school, I had people like that.
Oh, so wow, way back.
Yeah, it's cool to have those people around you. I think that's really important too, just to surround yourself with people that are like-minded. And if you come to a place like YouTube every once in a while to watch our videos and do that, I think that's a great thing. But it's also been great to be able to connect, like you said earlier, with you offline, with other creators offline, and just talk about this stuff in a more natural environment. But that's what
Exactly.
I'm hoping that this little series will kind of help show that we are all people in a way, and that we do have our passions and not just credit card related. But
yeah, we have lives too outside.
yeah,
of
exactly.
this.
Exactly. But that does bring me perfectly into the next question. So thank you for that segue there, talking about the people you've grown up with and what you do outside of YouTube. I think it'd be really interesting for people to learn a little bit more about just what are some of your favorite things to do outside of content creation.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, a big thing, I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about it more as this conversation goes, but a big thing that I have been into for a while was like, or I guess maybe not a while, but experiences like travel, eating, going out. Because again, in high school, when I first learned about like compound investing and investing in stocks and all that, again, early high school, I was looking into all that stuff. I was, just diving in there. I was like so frugal. I was like, why would I go out and spend $10, $20 if I could just put that into the stock market and it's going to compound and I'm going to be a millionaire, in X years, right? Why would I do that? Yeah. So throughout most of high school and shamefully, I think a bit during college, I'm still am cheap, but I was so cheap. I was like, I would not want to go out. I would, thankfully I'm able to go on to family trips. So, that's like free or very discounted and travel. But I was not investing in experiences. Sure, like my portfolio was doing okay. I mean, obviously not right now, but it was doing okay. And I just realized, I think within the past, definitely 5 years, like 3 to 5 years, maybe even more recent, but experiences are such a huge part of your life. Like if I were to die today, hopefully not right now, but if I did, I could take my experiences with me to the grave. Yep. But it doesn't matter if I have $1, $1 million in the stock market in my bank, right now, I can't take that with me. So I've been trying to travel as much as I can, go out with your friends, spend time with your family. It's okay to spend like the $10 on that meal, okay? Or like you go with friends that go to Taco Bell and get Baja Blast and tacos, like find that group too. But that's a huge thing that I'm trying to, I guess, invest my time and money into is experiences. So travel. That's just a really long answer for I like to travel or experience things. Did I even answer the question?
Yeah. It's just some of your favorite things to do outside of YouTube. I know you mentioned also like you used to skateboard. I don't know if you still do, or maybe surfing, or I know you live in Hawaii, which I don't know if everybody knows that or if that's even something we want to say.
Yeah.
But Honolulu. He's not just a fan. He does live there.
I'm not just a fan. I'm not just doing it to for the image or anything. I am born and raised here. I don't really surf, honestly. Like that's probably so bad. I snowboard more than I surf. I own a snowboard, nice. And all the gear, helmet and all that. And I've never owned a surfboard. I've always used friends. So I mean, pretty not so cool, I guess, Hawaii person, but I snowboard a lot, or at least I try to. Skateboard I don't do as much anymore, unfortunately. I'm too old for that, I don't want to get hurt. I'm not good enough either. Like I see we used to like send our bodies down like like 10 sets, like 10 stairs, like 1 2 3 4, or like even four stairs, 4 steps. And like I can't even, like I would not even want to jump down that like with my own feet. I don't want to roll an ankle. I don't know how we took so much beating as kids, but my body ain't the same anymore. So I don't skateboard as much as I would like to. Try playing basketball on the side again to keep like my cardio up. I play video games still. I'm still like a nerd at heart. What else do I do for fun?
I mean, that's a good amount of stuff.
That's it.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty boring. But
no, I know. That whenever I start talking about it too, I kind of feel the same way. I'm like, oh, I guess I don't do that much besides like work and
oh my God.
But yeah, no, I completely get it. But I guess on that topic of health and just other, habits that may have formed from that. Another question I had for you is just if you have any particular habits or like mantras or
Yeah.
sayings that you find particularly useful in your day-to-day life.
Oh, 100%. So I guess going back to the health thing, your physical and mental health is so important. And, it sounds like a broken record. I'm sure you've heard of that so many times over and over again, but it's so true. And only like this year, I've been trying to like exercise more often on a more regular basis, like 3 to 4, maybe even 5 times a week. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it doesn't look like that, but I
feel that.
try and work out a little bit and stay in shape because I cannot function if I'm stressed out or like I have a tendency to overthink. I have anxiety, all this other stuff, ADHD, the list goes on and on, how many problems I have. But it doesn't help when I'm just sitting down inside all day and letting those things, kind of take over my life. So it helps so much to get outside, go touch grass, go stare at not stare at the sun, but go outside and, stare in the general direction of the sun ish.
Yeah, exactly.
And, get some light on your skin, go out, get your heart rate up, get your cardio up, like just a walk every day is so beneficial. Meditating is another thing too for the mental health. I try to meditate. Like, I know I don't look like a yogi or whatever. That's totally different. That's so off topic. I don't know why I brought it up, but I try to meditate. It's not like the typical like cross leg. I don't do the meditation where you listen to, what is it called? Like
the guided meditation?
Guided meditation. See, I don't do that.
Gotcha.
I tried it. But I just focus on breathing instead. Like I literally just lie down, like on this carpet over here in my room. I just lie down, close my eyes, and then like inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, go through the whole thing, try and block out all the, I guess, intrusive thoughts, like, oh, what credit card am I going to get next? What sign up bonus? Or like, what video I'm going to do? Or
the important question.
Yeah. Like I try to block that all out and just clear my head, and that helps my mental health. Again, the physical health or working out helps my mental health as well. I also try to read. I try to read. Like I have this whole list of lovely books. I don't know if you could see the ones or the title specifically, but I try to read. But I tell you, dude, someone with ADHD and who overthinks and all this other stuff, it's hard to sit down and read because I get so distracted. Like I'm one of those people where I'm reading the paragraph, something comes up in my mind. I'm like, damn, what did I just read? Read it again, distracted again, So, but I try to read. It feels good to, I guess, feel like I'm learning something. I don't know how much of it I retain, but reading's, I guess, beneficial.
You've got like all of the different parts of your body covered. It's like the whole physical, spiritual, and like mental health is all kind of in line with you, which is obviously important.
I am the perfect model for the most ideal human being. So everyone should strive to be like me, to look like me, to do exactly what I do. If you're not me, then you're just okay.
You
gotta be great.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, all those things are super important. I mean, they get more and more important every day, especially with everything we went through with the pandemic recently. It's like, you have to take time to like focus on yourself, and especially when it comes to the physical movement too. I've found that even just in my like 9-to-5 corporate job, like even though I am like an active person, I feel like I live a pretty like sedentary life because I'm just sitting in a chair all day long.
Exactly.
So it's a tough transition. You kind of have to get ahead of it and like actually set goals. And that's something that since I've been doing the channel and working full time, I'm like really trying to get back into the habit of, getting actual fitness in every single day or some kind of exercise in.
Right. Yeah. That's all you need. Something. Yeah. No, that's so good. Because again, going back to the experience thing, like if you're not healthy, you can't, it's not going to be as enjoyable to go snowboarding or go hiking or travel, to do all these things. Like if you have issues, I guess, that were preventable or are preventable too. So I try to do the best that I can because
it's all we can do. It's all we can do. Another thing I do want to talk about, as you've mentioned multiple times, you like to snowboard. You do like to travel a lot, but Has there been a specific place that has been your favorite to travel to, or somewhere you
Oh
go
man,
often that you like to travel?
dude, hands down,
Uh-oh.
Japan. I
Japan.
love Japan. Especially now, it might be a stereotypical answer because the borders opened up, and a lot of people, at least that I know, have been going to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But Japan is amazing. I've been there. I've been lucky enough to go there multiple times. Snowboarded up. Oh no! I'll tell you. Oh no, I did snowboard. Sorry.
There you go.
Okay. No, yeah. So I went up there to snowboard. I've been lucky enough to do that. I had that little blimp because we went to go snowboarding again another time, but I
Mhm.
caught the flu up there, so I couldn't go, and that was one of the
Sucks.
worst experiences of my life. Get your flu shot because I didn't that year, and I had to go to the ER urgent care up there because I forgot to get the vaccine. I thought I got it, and that was horrible.
Yeah, nowhere
But
close to home or anything. That'd be tough.
yeah, like everyone's speaking Japanese. I can't really understand.
Yeah.
I took Japanese in high school for
Hmm.
like 4 years. I took Japanese in college for like 2 years,
Wow.
and I have like the Japanese skills of like a third grader. So it's so bad. I mean, I could read, hiragana, katakana, the Japanese characters, some kanji, but when it comes to understanding and speaking, the important stuff, I don't do as well. I have a basic conversation,
Yeah.
but it's not the best. But the beauty of Japan is you don't have to speak perfect Japanese or even Japanese at all.
Yeah.
And it's just such an amazing place. The food is amazing. The culture, there's so much to do there. You could go snowboarding, hiking, go to the beach. It's like the perfect spot. I almost moved there with my
Really?
girlfriend. But that was like before COVID. We were planning it out, but obviously like COVID happened and so it didn't work out. But have you been to Japan?
No, dude, I do
Uh-huh.
really want to. Whenever I first started my channel, the first thing I started making a list of all of the redemptions that I maybe wanted to do one day with my credit cards. And the
Yeah.
first one I wrote down was a Japan flight. And I think it's with ANA where you can,
Yeah.
it's like 80,000 points or something like that. I don't know if that's round trip or not, but I saw that one like right when I got started. And I was like, oh, I need to do that one day. But I haven't taken a trip to Japan yet. You
Oh
have to
yeah,
convince me.
dude. This is your sign to go.
Yeah.
Japan's amazing.
Yeah.
Europe's amazing as well. I will give Europe that. I
Yeah.
actually studied abroad in Denmark, Copenhagen,
Oh,
for
wow.
a little bit, and they're really nice people over there too, and good
You've
culture.
been around the world.
I've been privileged. Yeah, like trying to embrace those experiences, man.
Yeah,
as much as you can.
that's a huge thing that I think I need to get better at too. I've been trying to get better at recently because I was the exact same way as you, where I spent a lot of. I mean, I still do it sometimes, where I'm way more cheap sometimes than I am frugal.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a big difference there, where it's like
Okay.
the way I kind of think about it in my mind is like if you're frugal, it really only affects you. Like I'm not spending money on stuff that I really want or anything like that, or like extra things that I really want.
Mhm.
But if you're cheap, it's like it doesn't just affect you, but it affects other people as well. So that's kind of how I think of it in my mind, because like with my girlfriend, for example, I think the line between me being frugal and cheap is like if she wants to go get dinner and I'm like, no, like I don't want to spend that money. That's being a little more cheap than it is
Cheap.
frugal.
Oh, I see. I
know what I mean?
never thought about it that way.
Yeah, that's one way I've kind of thought about it over time, and it's
gosh.
helped me be a little bit more like just take the experiences and spend the money. Like it's worth it.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree.
But yeah, I guess out of all those trips, have you used any of your credit card points to do so? And also on the same note, have you had any like really good or bad experiences with your credit cards or credit card redemptions?
So the answer, I guess, to answer the first part, for those trips, no, I actually haven't really used credit card points. I haven't really redeemed too many of them. That's another thing too, which I don't advise you to do,
Mhm.
but it's just, I guess, some part of my personality. Like I'm a hoarder for some. Okay, well, not like in general, but like when it comes to certain things,
Yeah.
like for the credit card points, it just feels good to see like, oh, I have this many points and just keep racking it up. Getting like a high score or something. Or like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you played Pokemon before, but when I played Pokemon, I used to hoard up as much money as I could. As many like items like the Pokeballs, rare candy. I would just never use any item that you're supposed to use. I just hoard things up. So I guess I'm that way too when it comes to credit card points. So I haven't seriously looked into redeeming them for like a nice first class flight or anything just yet. I definitely will, or at least I keep telling myself that I will. But as far as like good experiences or bad experience, I know I haven't really had a bad experience from a credit card yet. Thankfully, of course, like from being like rejected or something, that always sucks. Haven't really had like a credit card denied, or like when you charge it and it's like, oh, denied or something like that.
Yeah.
But good experiences, I mean, it's just always nice to, at least specifically for maybe the Amex Platinum, when you have like these elevated benefits, or not even just the Amex Platinum, but if you have a card that has TSA PreCheck or global entry, like just that alone to me is like such a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like you just walk in the TSA PreCheck line or global entry line, and you just speed through that process. A lot of cards have that nowadays, which is so great. Thankfully, it's not like too crowded most of the time, the TSA PreCheck line, but I just love using that so much. Of course, lounge access helps a lot too. Yeah, so a lot of like travel related benefits, like those kind of experiences are what I guess help me tell myself that it's worth it.
Yeah.
Or like, with the Aspire card, the Hilton Aspire card, technically I didn't get an upgrade actually with the Aspire card yet. But I am assuming that that's going to feel really nice when I do, hopefully.
Yeah.
The best I've gotten was like when you book through like the Fine Hotels and Resorts program. I booked a staycation here one time in Waikiki, and we got upgraded to a nicer room, higher up, ocean view type of deal. So you kind of feel special, you're like, wow, look at me. It was with my girlfriend too. Like, wow, look at me. I'm so cool. I got us this ocean view room when,
Exactly.
it was like for free. Right. So, that's always nice. It's always those feel good moments, and just enjoy it. It's nothing too crazy, but something small and makes your life just a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's something that's important to push to people is that like these credit cards, they give you a lot of added benefits that you may not have always like been seeking before. But I feel like a lot of people, once they get them, it's like once you get global entry, once you get TSA PreCheck, once you get these lounge accesses, it's pretty hard to not have them at that point.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I wouldn't count that stuff in my like effective annual fee calculations or anything, but it is pretty cool to like have that experience, not only, with yourself if you're solo traveling, but with a spouse or with your family. I think that's where like the value really comes in, like that intangible value.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Actually, yeah, wait. Well, it's not related to credit cards, but you talked about like if you don't have those benefits, you'll notice a difference. And it was recently where I was trying to come back home to Hawaii. It was a one-way flight back. I forget. I think it was out of Vegas, the Harry Reid Airport, I think is what it's called. But we checked in and everything. We were going to security, TSA PreCheck, because she's like an authorized user for my platinum card, so she got free global entry PreCheck. Going up the escalator, hand the guy or the girl, my TSA PreCheck, or like the code to scan, the TSA guy. They scan it again, and they're like, oh, it's not working. And then it turns out like it's so weird. But on my Hawaiian Airlines account, I entered in my middle name, and it's like my middle name's kind of weird. There's two names, and it's really long. But basically, there was an error with my middle name, so my boarding pass name, first, middle, and last, did not match my TSA PreCheck / global entry, like first, middle, and last, or something like that, whatever database they use. So I actually didn't have TSA PreCheck on that flight home. So I just told my girlfriend, I was pretty salty at this point, honestly, because I was like, I could have sworn, like I put in my name correctly and all that, and it's like, oh my gosh. So that, just I said, okay, it's fine, go through without me. I'll see you on the other side, and had to walk back down the escalator, go into, I guess, the normal line, and it was longer, go past the dog sniff or the drug sniffing dogs and all that. I'm just like, oh my God, dude, this sucks. It sounds so spoiled. I am so spoiled, but geez, TSA PreCheck makes a difference.
Exactly. Oh, getting used to the finer things, I guess.
Exactly. I was like, gotta take off my shoes and stuff, like all that stuff.
I haven't gotten a card with any of those benefits yet. I've talked about it on my channel a good amount now, but I'm hoping to get the Venture X in like a month or two. So that'll be like my first taste of all of those benefits. I'm pretty excited about that as long as I get approved. It seems like a lot of people are getting denied right now. But Yeah, I imagine those added perks are pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of the added perks, though, now you're going to have to make a somewhat tough decision. Maybe not tough for you, but I know it's one of the most debated things in the credit card world. If you could only have
Sure.
one of the luxury travel credit cards, the Amex Platinum, the Venture
Mhm.
X, or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which one would you choose and why?
So my name is Chase,
Yep.
and I also talk a lot about Capital One Venture. I just made a video about the Venture X recently, but everyone talks about how valuable the Venture X is. My name is Chase. There's a Chase Sapphire Reserve, but I gotta go with the Amex Platinum, dude.
Oh,
Like,
man.
to be fair though, that's the only card of those three that I have currently right now. So I don't really have like personal experience with the Venture X or the CSR. I don't have the Sapphire Reserve because I got the preferred recently ish.
Mhm.
So I gotta wait like the 4 years before you're eligible for the next sign up bonus. So maybe I'll get the reserve. We'll talk about that later. But the Venture X I'm waiting on because I'm trying to get more Chase cards in the near future, and I'm kind of tinkering on the edge of the Chase 524 rule. So don't have the Venture X just yet. But the Amex Platinum, like I mentioned, the TSA pre-check, the lounge access, the fine hotel and resorts, like the list goes on and on. I've had that card for, I don't know, like maybe 2 years or something like that. And I've been so happy with it ever since. To be honest, that was my dream credit card.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the Centurion card, the black card is like, okay, the dream credit card, but we'll see if I ever even get close to being able to get that card. Also has like no benefits and all that stuff. So the Amex Platinum card to me was my dream card. Like I worked at the Apple store, retail store for a little bit, and I would always see these people coming in and like paying with their Amex Platinum or even black card. That's where I saw a lot of black cards too.
Wow.
But the Amex Platinum was like, damn, these cards are so nice, typical like, oh my god, Amex is so cool, right? Like fell
Yeah.
for their marketing. I was like, these cards are so cool. I want one. Have like family members with the platinum, and I was like, that card's so cool. And then when I finally applied for it, like I always, well, okay, to be fair, not as much now, but definitely earlier on when I didn't really know what I was doing, I always get like that stomach gut feeling when I'm applying for credit cards, like, oh, I hope I don't get denied.
Yeah.
I didn't really prepare beforehand. So the Amex Platinum was definitely one of those cards because honestly, I was not ready for it completely. Like was like, okay, I think I could break even on the annual fee. It was still when it was like, was it $500, $550? I forget the $400. I forget the old annual fee price, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I could justify it. I think I could justify it. Then I hit, submit application or whatever. I'm just like, I just stood up out of my chair. I'm like, come on, please, 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 please. And it got approved. I was like, oh my God. Like that was the happiest I've ever been in my
That's
entire
awesome.
life ever. Like,
Yeah. It's such a good feeling when you get approved for a card, especially one like that. I haven't even gotten that yet, but I remember I had a similar feeling with just this Chase Sapphire Preferred when I was just getting started because that was like my first annual fee credit card and it was a little more luxury.
Yeah, see,
quote unquote. It's such a good feeling.
Those small wins, man, that really rack up. And honestly, actually, like a little insight over here is where I'm ordering right now, like all the different versions of the Amex Platinum card. You know how there's like the two artist versions, and then I'm actually gonna like line them up, and I think it would be a cool like art piece if I just have, because I have the original, well not the original, but the platinum card when it said platinum on the front.
Yeah.
And then I have like the two art versions, and I'm gonna get like the plain basic platinum without the platinum on the front, and then frame them in like a cool order and put it here. I don't know. We'll see how it looks. Hopefully, it looks cool.
That's awesome.
But I'm an Amex Platinum fanboy, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a great card. I mean, if you could only pick one, I can see why the Platinum would be one because it just has the most perks and benefits. So it's like if you can justify the annual fee, it is the top luxury travel credit card out there, and likely always will be. I'm just worried that they're going to keep raising the annual fee, and eventually it's gonna be like a $1,500 annual fee or something crazy. And we're like, just have a super long list of coupons on that one.
But I know it's always so tiring reading out all the Amex Platinum benefits and credits. Just
I know.
I feel like a broken record just saying it all the time.
Exactly. Is that like little art piece that you're gonna do? How are you getting all those cards for it? Are you just requesting another card version?
Yeah, you just say replace my card, or like I want to get a new design. So like I called them up and I was like, hey, is is it okay if I just order like 3 different cards like back to back to back? Like, is that sketchy? Does that like you guys frown down upon that kind of activity? You know? She
Yeah.
was like, no, it's fine. I was like, okay, can you put in all 3 orders right now? She's like, no, we can't do that. But so what I have to do is like I ordered a card design, wait the week or whatever for it to come in. When it
Mhm.
comes in, I order the next one, and then so on and so forth. So I'm waiting for like the last card to come in, and I could order the final one, and just a patient process.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all.
That's cool though. I've always actually wondered about that because I was like, if I get any of these cards, like if I want to get a rose gold version of the MX Gold card, technically I could just replace or request a replacement, I guess, and get the different design.
Exactly. Yeah, I would always recommend with cards that have like the different designs and stuff like that. I mean, it's free, so you might as well just collect them. Or I guess maybe that's like going back to my hoarder mentality, but you
I'm the
know,
same way.
it's just fun to see all of that because you know, like once these art designs go away, or like you won't have them again, or like they got rid of the platinum on the front, I still have that, you know,
Yeah.
but now you can't get that, and I could look back at it and be like, wow, look at me, I paid so much money for this annual fee, and I couldn't even justify it back then, or I could barely justify it back then.
I think that's a good tip. I honestly might need to implement that. I was thinking also, it's like, particularly with the MX Gold card, like you can add just authorized users to that one for free, if I remember
right.
when I looked at correctly. So technically, if I wanted to add like my girlfriend to it and get her the rose gold, I could do that. Or I don't know. I definitely want as many of the cards as I can. And
Yes.
I think we have a really similar background because Pokemon, the collecting all the Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what it is, but I definitely have the same like collector's mentality, which I think a lot of us have because that's why like unboxing videos are so popular and all these other
Oh yeah, I love
watch
watching.
me applies, and it's definitely a fun game to play if you play it like smart. Basically, you got to be smart with your cards, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we've had a lot of fun talking about a bunch of stuff. I didn't even realize how long we've been going. I do have one final question for you that I think would be good to end off on. Just a very general question, but take it however you want. And the question would be just what are your goals for your channel in 2023? What do you see coming from it? We'll take it back to the very beginning and talk about your channel one more time.
Well, definitely one of the bigger goals that I had was to get my background fixed. I mean, this is part of it, but
Yeah.
I'm using okay, well, let me back up a little bit. Another, I guess, goal I had was to get a new camera to film everything. So so I picked up this one for all you camera nerds out there, the Canon R6 Mark II,
Wow.
15 to 35 RF. Wow, beautiful.
Look at that.
So beautiful. And it's an upgrade from what I'm using to film right now because this was, I guess, no software available for it yet, but is the Canon T7i and a 35 Sigma Prime art lens. I wanted to upgrade from that to this so I could have a better focal depth and everything. I wanted a mirrorless camera. I wanted a camera with better light, just better quality, right? We always talk about, trying to make each video better. So I wanted to get a better camera. I felt it was appropriate to do that. The other step was to get my background slightly upgraded. So I guess you can't see it now.
Yeah.
We have part of a bookshelf here, or a good shelf here. I had accessories to it, or I'm still trying to do that. I got half the poster here that you can see, and the art piece is gonna go there. I have, all these lights and like lights here. I have a table here now. So that was another big step in, I guess, my channel. It was a big jump. Was to switch out the background, switch out the camera, hopefully up the quality in the process. Those are my main priorities. Of course, like, I don't even know. I honestly stopped having like a sub goal. I like before when I first started, I was like, I want to hit 1,000 subscribers by this month. And I found it was detrimental for 2 reasons. The first reason was because it's so unpredictable. I mean, you could have one video just blow up and you get a bunch of subs, you hit your goal, and then, you do other videos after that and they don't do as well. You technically hit your goal, but, did you actually improve as a channel when you are making not as good quality videos after that one great video? And the other reason was because that doesn't really matter. I wanted to focus on like, the camera, the quality, all that stuff, like trying to expand my content, which brings me to, I'm actually going to be doing more like, not vlog stuff like my old channel, but I want to do like first class reviews or like like going like when I did go to Japan, like, like those weird experience, like filming those special experiences, like I guess hotel reviews, or
Yeah.
I want to do like hotel reviews here in Hawaii kind of thing, like more stuff outside of my bedroom.
Yeah.
Even though I spent so much time and effort trying to get this whole setup perfect, but I want to do more, I guess, fun entertainment based content. So that's another kind of goal for my channel this year. And just to continue building the community, like how you do good or do well at, just keep bringing in quality people who are passionate about the same stuff as you are.
Yeah.
And focusing on that, finding what is interesting to talk about and what other people are interested in watching.
Yeah.
Just improving quality and I guess expanding content would be my focus for my channel this year.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I think that sub goal does fall off after time. Like I've kind of felt that in mine as well. Like it's kind of one of those things that it's obvious that it's a good signal if your subscriber count is growing, because that's more people that are wanting to like basically devote their time to you and like are actually committing to your channel as one of the channels that they subscribe to. But at the same time, as from like a YouTube perspective, that 1,000 sub mark is like the one main mark you need to hit to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, before you start getting into like the whatever 100,000 range and million range, but that's not my focus right now. But yeah, I think the focus on making the content better, that's one of my sayings, is that I always want to make each one of my videos 1% better than the last one, whether that's adding in a random sound effect or adding in a new transition or doing something like that, improving the quality of your background and everything. Like those are big steps that over time compound a lot. And I started doing that actually from that Atomic Habits book that you showed.
Yeah. Or it's on here. Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I think that those goals are great. I think obviously now you have a lot of points that you can burn through this year, the next coming couple of years, so you can make some vlog material. I want to do the same. I mean, at this point, it's like YouTube is a place for us to document our journeys. So why not film all of our trips and talk about how we got the max value and do all those things. So I like where you're headed. But yeah, man, is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up here?
That's it, man. I mean, just be responsible when it comes to credit cards or your finances and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get too crazy. Don't apply for a credit card that you won't be able to justify the annual fee, although some of us have done that before. And work on your mental health, physical health, go outside, tell your friends and family you love them, getting into deep stuff, but just, enjoy life. It's not just about credit cards and points and money, this, money that, it doesn't really matter. Have fun. That's the whole point. Just have fun.
I agree with that. Obviously, I'll be linking all of your different social media accounts down below, but do you want to give a quick shout out to all of the things that you have? I know you're prominent on other platforms as well. So
nah, dude, shout out to Spencer, man, for doing this interview. Thank you very much. And just like, if you're not subscribed to Spencer right now, then subscribe down below. But
I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for watching, spending all this time watching me talk about a bunch of different stuff and preaching about physical health and mental health and not about credit cards.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
It's a place to do it. Well, we appreciate you coming on today. And of course, we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Yes. Shoots.
Perfect. First of all, thank you so much for watching until the end of this video if you did make it that far. And as I said in the beginning, if you did enjoy this, please go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of it, because this is something I want to continue to do. Also, for these videos, I'm going to go ahead and link the playlist to the other videos I'll be making in this series once those go live. But if you want more of a taste of my normal credit card content, then go ahead and watch this video next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.